battlefield went silent. When the alien child walked past thousands of soldiers and stopped in front of a single human, not a general, not a hero, just him, the child reached out, trembling, and said one word, "Mine." Every weapon in the Empire turned toward the human instantly, because that child wasn't just any child. It was the heir to the most powerful alien empire in the galaxy, and now it had chosen a human as its protector. The sky was burning. Ships of the Empire filled the air like dark clouds, blocking the stars. Their weapons lit up the battlefield with cold blue fire. Explosions shook the ground again and again. Smoke covered everything. Below, human soldiers were losing. They ran from cover to cover, firing back, but it was useless. The Empire was too strong, too fast, too perfect. Their soldiers moved like machines, silent, precise, unstoppable. Among the humans was Alex. He was not a hero, not a commander, just a soldier trying to survive. His hands were shaking as he reloaded his weapon. Around him, others were falling. The sound of shouting, screaming, and blasts filled his ears. Every second felt like his last. "Fall back," someone yelled. But there was nowhere to go. Then, a loud, sharp sound cut through the chaos. A massive ship appeared above the battlefield, larger than anything else. It was not like the others. Its surface shined with silver light, marked with symbols none of the humans understood. Even the Empire ships moved aside for it. Then suddenly, the ship exploded. A blinding flash tore through the sky. Fire and metal rained down. The shockwave knocked soldiers off their feet. Alex hit the ground hard, his ears ringing. For a moment, everything went quiet. Then the Empire soldiers changed. They stopped attacking the humans. Instead, they rushed toward the crash site. Fast, urgent, almost afraid. Alex lifted his head slowly, confused. Why would they stop? What was in that ship? Through the smoke, he saw the wreck. The remains of the silver ship burned in the distance. Pieces of it were scattered across the ground. Strange lights flickered inside the broken structure. Empire soldiers formed a tight circle around it. Their weapons pointed outward now, not at humans, but at everything else, protecting something or someone. A voice echoed from one of their commanders, sharp and commanding in a language Alex could not understand. More soldiers arrived, even bigger ones, elite units. Alex felt it then. Something had changed. This wasn't just a battle anymore. This was something else, something important. He slowly stood up, his weapon lowered. No one was paying attention to him anymore. Carefully, step by step, he moved closer. The air felt different near the crash. Warmer, heavier. Then a small sound, not an explosion, not a weapon. A soft step. Alex froze. From the burning wreckage, something was moving. At first, he thought it was a trick of the smoke. But then he saw it clearly. A child, small, fragile, walking barefoot across the broken metal. Its skin glowed faintly, like soft light under glass. Its eyes were bright, too bright, not like anything human. The battlefield went silent again. Even the Empire soldiers did not move. The child stepped out of the fire. Flames touched its skin, but did not burn it. One step, then another. It walked forward slowly, calmly, through soldiers, through weapons, through fear. An Empire commander dropped to one knee, then another. Soon, every alien soldier lowered themselves, heads bowed. They were not protecting the child. They were obeying it. Alex's heart pounded. He didn't understand what he was seeing. The child looked around, at the soldiers, at the battlefield, at the sky. Then it started walking again, past the kneeling commanders, past the elite guards, ignoring all of them. Its eyes searched for something or someone. Alex felt a strange pull in his chest, a quiet feeling, like something was about to happen. "No!" he whispered under his breath, taking a step back. But the child kept coming, closer, closer. Its glowing eyes locked onto him. Out of all the soldiers, all the power, all the beings on that battlefield, it chose him. Alex stood frozen. His weapon slipped from his hand and hit the ground. The sound echoed louder than it should have. The child stopped right in front of him. They were face to face now. Up close, Alex could see the small details, the soft light under its skin, the calm expression, the strange, ancient feeling in its eyes. This was no ordinary child. This was something far greater. The child slowly raised its hand. Alex didn't move. He couldn't. The small glowing hand touched his chest. And in that moment, everything went still. The noise, the fear, the war, all gone. Just silence. The child looked up at him and spoke. One word, soft, clear, mine. The world snapped back. Weapons powered up instantly. Every Empire soldier stood at once, and every single one of them pointed their weapons at Alex. 1,000 red lights locked onto his body. Alex's breath caught in his throat. He didn't move. He couldn't. Around him, the humans watched in shock. The Empire, unstoppable, merciless, now focused on one man. Him. The commanders looked confused. Some angry, some afraid. They spoke quickly among themselves, their voices sharp and tense. This had never happened before. Not once. The child stepped closer to Alex, holding on to him now, as if claiming him, protecting him, choosing him. And according to their law, that choice could not be denied. The battlefield remained frozen. No one dared to fire. No one dared to move. Because everything had changed. The Empire did not understand what had just happened. But they all knew one thing. The human standing there, the one they once ignored, had just become the most important being in the entire galaxy. Alex could not breathe. 1,000 weapons were still pointed at him. Red lights covered his body. One wrong move, and he knew he would be gone. The child stood close to him, its small hand holding onto his arm. Warm, steady, like it belonged there. I don't understand, Alex whispered, his voice shaking. He looked around. The Empire's soldiers were watching him like he was something dangerous, something unknown. One of the commanders stepped forward. Tall, armored, cold eyes. He spoke in a sharp tone. A device on his armor translated his words into broken human language. Release the air. Alex blinked. The air. His eyes slowly moved down to the child. This small being, this quiet, glowing child, was the heir to the entire Empire? His heart dropped. I didn't choose this, Alex said quickly. It came to me. Release now, the commander repeated, more force in his voice. Alex swallowed hard. Carefully, slowly, he tried to move his arm away. The moment he did, the air changed. The child's grip tightened. Its soft glow turned sharp, brighter. A low sound came from it, not loud, but deep, like something ancient waking up. The ground beneath them cracked. Empire soldiers stepped back instantly. Weapons flickered. Even the commander hesitated. The child pulled Alex closer again, refusing. A clear message. No. Alex froze. Okay. I'm not moving, he said quickly. The glow faded slightly. The ground stopped shaking. Silence returned. The commander stared at the child, then at Alex. This was wrong. This was not how things worked. He tapped his armor. Bring science unit. Within moments, another group arrived. They were different. Lighter armor, glowing tools, scanning devices. Scientists. They circled slowly, careful not to get too close. One of them activated a scanner. A soft beam passed over Alex and the child. Numbers and symbols flashed in the air. They spoke quickly in their own language. Fast, nervous. Then one of them stepped forward. The bond is active, the translator said. Bond. Alex repeated. Yes, the air has selected you. I didn't do anything, Alex said. The scientist tilted its head. Exactly. Alex frowned. What does that mean? The scientists exchanged looks. Then one of them spoke slowly, choosing each word carefully. The air does not choose strength or rank. Then what does it choose? Alex asked. The answer came after a pause. Intent. Alex went still. The air senses what is inside a being, the scientist continued. Not power, not status, only truth. Alex didn't speak. He remembered the moment when the child walked toward him. He hadn't thought about winning, or fighting, or surviving. He had only thought one thing: protect it. The scientist's voice cut through his thoughts. You had no fear toward it, no greed, no desire to control. Another scientist added, only instinct to protect. The commander's expression darkened. That is weakness, he said. The scientist shook its head slowly. Or something else. The commander turned sharply. Test others. At once, several elite warriors stepped forward. Tall, powerful, perfect soldiers of the Empire. They approached the child one by one. Each one stopped in front of it. Each one tried to reach out. And every time, the child reacted. Its glow turned sharp again. A pulse of energy pushed them back. Not violently, but clearly. Rejected. One warrior tried again, stepping closer with confidence. The child's eyes flashed. This time, the force hit harder. The warrior was thrown back several meters, crashing into the ground. No one tried again. The message was clear. The child had made its choice, and it would not change it. The commander looked at Alex again. Now there was something new in his eyes. Not just anger, not just confusion. Something deeper. Concern. You human, he said slowly. You are a problem. Alex gave a nervous laugh. Yeah, I figured. The commander ignored the tone. This is not acceptable. The air must be guided, controlled. The child tightened its hold on Alex again. Its eyes narrowed slightly at the commander. Another warning. The scientist spoke again, more quietly this time. The bond is stable. Forcing separation could harm the air. That changed everything. The commander went silent. Around them, more Empire forces gathered, watching, waiting, whispering. Alex noticed it now. The way they looked at him. Not like before. Before he was nothing. Now, he was something else. Something they could not understand. Somewhere in the crowd, a voice spoke softly. Another answered. More whispers spread. The translator struggled, but a few words came through clearly. Dangerous, unpredictable, human. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. He hadn't become powerful. He hadn't done anything special. But somehow, he had become a threat. The child looked up at him again. Calm, trusting, like none of this mattered. Like he was enough. Alex looked back at the sea of alien soldiers, all watching him, all judging, all unsure. And for the first time, he realized something. This was no longer about survival. This was bigger, much bigger. The whispers grew louder, spreading through the ranks of the Empire. A single question, repeated again and again, quiet but dangerous. What if humans are more dangerous than we thought? The Empire did not stay silent for long. High above the battlefield, inside a dark command ship, a secret meeting had already begun. The most powerful leaders of the Empire stood in a circle, their faces cold, their voices low. This cannot continue, one said. The air has made its choice, another replied. A wrong choice, a third voice snapped. A human is not fit to guide the future of the Empire. The bond is real, a scientist argued. Forcing separation may harm the air. There was a long pause. Then the oldest among them spoke, his voice quiet but sharp. Then we do not force it. Silence. We remove the problem without breaking the bond. Everyone understood what that meant. The human had to disappear. Quietly, quickly, no mistakes. Far below, Alex had no idea what had been decided. He sat near the edge of the battlefield, now turned into a guarded zone. Empire soldiers stood all around, watching him closely. Not as a prisoner, but not as a free man either. The child sat beside him, calm as ever. It seemed unaffected by everything happening. Alex rubbed his face, tired and confused. This is insane, he muttered. The child looked up at him, then gently touched his hand. That same warm feeling returned. It didn't fix anything, but it made it easier to breathe. Night fell slowly over the battlefield. The fires burned lower. The noise faded. For a moment, it almost felt peaceful. That's when it happened. A soft sound. So quiet, no normal human would hear it. But Alex did. A small shift in the air. A movement where nothing should move. His head turned slightly. His body tensed. "Stay behind me," he whispered without thinking. The child didn't argue. It moved closer. The shadows moved. 3 figures appeared, fast, silent, deadly. Assassins. Their armor bent the light around them, making them almost invisible. Their weapons were thin, glowing blades designed for one purpose: clean kills. No noise, no trace. They rushed forward. Alex didn't think. He reacted. He grabbed a broken piece of metal from the ground and swung it wildly. It wasn't skilled. It wasn't trained. But it was fast and unexpected. The first assassin blocked it easily, but it slowed them down. That was enough. "Run," Alex shouted, grabbing the child's hand. They moved, fast. The assassins followed instantly. No hesitation. No emotion. Alex ran through the wreckage, his heart pounding. He had no plan, no weapons, no idea where to go. Just one goal: stay alive. A flash of light shot past his head. Another cut into the ground near his feet. They were closing in, too fast. Alex turned sharply, pulling the child behind a piece of broken metal. Think, he whispered. Then he saw it. A damaged power core from one of the ships. Sparks flew from it, unstable and dangerous. Perfect. As the assassins moved closer, Alex grabbed a loose cable and slammed it into the core. The explosion was instant. A burst of energy and light filled the area, forcing the assassins back. Alex didn't wait. He ran again. The child kept up easily. Too easily. Alex noticed it now. The child wasn't scared. It was focused, calm, like it understood what was happening. More shadows appeared ahead. More assassins. They were being surrounded. Alex stopped suddenly. No way forward. No way back. He tightened his grip on the metal shard in his hand. "Stay close," he said. The assassins stepped out of the shadows. 5 of them now, weapons ready. This was it. Alex knew he couldn't win, but he still stepped forward. Between them and the child, the assassins moved at once. Too fast to see. Too fast to stop. Then the world bent. A pulse of light exploded from the child. Not like before. Stronger, sharper, controlled. The air itself pushed outward. The assassins were thrown back violently, crashing into ground, their cloaking systems failing. Everything went silent. Alex turned slowly. The child stood there, glowing brighter than ever before. Its eyes different, focused, aware. It stepped forward, not scared, not confused, powerful. The assassins tried to stand again. They didn't get the chance. Another pulse hit them, stronger this time. They didn't move again. Alex stared, breathing hard. "That was new," he whispered. The child looked at him, and for the first time, it smiled. Not a full smile, just small, but real. Something changed in that moment, not just in the child, in both of them. Their bond felt stronger now, deeper, like they were connected in a way that went beyond words. Far above, the Empire ships watched everything, every movement, every pulse of energy. The leaders stood in silence. The power level increased, a scientist said, shocked. "That is not possible," another replied. "It is happening," the first insisted. "The air is evolving." "Why?" the commander demanded. The answer came slowly, reluctantly. Because of the human. Silence filled the room. Heavy, uncomfortable, dangerous. Below, Alex and the child stood together in the quiet aftermath. The danger wasn't gone. More would come. He knew that now. But something else was clear, too. This was no longer just about survival. Something bigger was happening. Something the Empire did not understand. Something they could not control. High above, hidden in shadows, the truth began to take shape. A truth no one was ready to accept. The child had not just chosen Alex. It was changing because of him. Growing stronger, faster, different. And if that was true, then the real danger was not the human alone. It was what the human was becoming, together with the air. The sky filled with ships again, not just a few this time. Hundreds. Dark shapes covered the stars, forming a wall of metal and light above the broken battlefield. Engines roared, weapons charged. The ground trembled under their power. This was no longer a search. This was a full-scale response. The Empire had decided they would take back control no matter the cost. Below, Alex stood still. He could feel it coming. The air was heavy. The silence before something massive. The child stood beside him, its soft glow steady. It looked up at the sky, watching the ships gather. Alex exhaled slowly. "No more running," he said. His voice was quiet, but firm. The child looked at him. For a moment, everything else faded. No war, no empire, just the two of them. Then the first wave arrived. Drop ships fell from the sky, slamming into ground around them. Ramps opened instantly. Elite soldiers rushed out, faster and stronger than anything Alex had seen before. These were not normal units. These were the Empire's best. They moved in perfect lines, surrounding Alex and the child from all sides. Weapons raised. No hesitation. A commander stepped forward, his armor shining with rank and authority. "This ends now," he said to the translator. "Step away from the air." Alex didn't move. Instead, he took one small step forward, placing himself between the soldiers and the child. "I'm not your enemy," Alex said, trying to keep his voice steady. "But I'm not letting you take it." The commander's eyes narrowed. "You have no power," he replied coldly. Alex gave a small nod. "Yeah, I know." For a second, it almost sounded like he agreed. Then he added, "But I don't need it." The soldiers moved. Fast. Weapons fired. Stunning blasts meant to disable, not kill. Alex reacted instantly. "Now!" he shouted. The child's glow flared. A shield of light formed around them. Thin, but strong enough to block the first wave. The ground shook from the impact. The soldiers adjusted immediately, spreading out, changing angles, looking for weaknesses. Alex moved with the shield, guiding the child without thinking. "Stay with me," he said. The child stayed close. Always close. The bond between them felt stronger than ever. Alex's mind raced. He couldn't outfight them. He couldn't overpower them. But he could outthink them. He looked around quickly. Broken ships. Burned ground. Loose debris. An idea formed. "Left side," he whispered. The child didn't question it. They moved together. The shield shifted just in time to block another attack. Alex grabbed a piece of metal and threw it toward a damaged fuel line nearby. The shot from an Empire soldier hit it, and the explosion followed. Fire and smoke burst across one side of the battlefield, forcing several soldiers to fall back. "Keep moving," Alex said. They didn't stop. Every step was planned. Every move had a reason. The soldiers pressed harder, faster now, adapting, learning. But so was Alex and the child. Another wave of attacks came. Stronger, focused. The shield flickered. For a moment, it looked like it would break. Alex felt it. The pressure, the weight of the Empire pushing down on them. He clenched his fists. "Hey, look at me," he said quickly. The child turned. Its glowing eyes met his. "You don't need to fight them," Alex said softly. "Just stay with me. That's enough." Something changed. The glow around the child shifted. Not wild, not unstable. Focused, like it understood, like it trusted him completely. The next attack came, and everything stopped. A massive wave of energy burst outward from the child. Not like before. This was different, larger, controlled. The ground cracked in all directions. The air bent. The soldiers were pushed back, not just physically, but completely overwhelmed. Weapons shut down. Systems failed. Even the drop ships above flickered for a moment. Alex stood at the center of it, unharmed. The child stood beside him, glowing brighter than ever before, but calm, always calm. The commander struggled to stand. "This is impossible," he said. Above, in the command ships, the leaders watched in silence. No weapon triggered that. One of them said, "No command was given." Another added, "Then what caused it?" The first asked. The answer came slowly. He did. Back on the battlefield, the soldiers hesitated. For the first time, they didn't rush forward. They didn't attack. They waited, watching Alex, watching the child. Something was different now. Before, humans were weak, easy to ignore. easy to defeat. But this was something else. Alex didn't control the power. He didn't command it. He didn't force it. He protected it. And somehow, that made it stronger. The commander lowered his weapon slightly, uncertain, confused. Around him, the elite soldiers did the same. Not fully, but enough to show doubt. High above, the Empire leader said nothing, because for the first time, they didn't know what to do. Power had always been their answer. More force, more control, more strength. But now, that answer didn't work. Below, Alex stood his ground, not as a warrior, not as a ruler, just a human, protecting someone who trusted him, and winning. The battlefield remained still, heavy, uncertain, because something had changed, something the Empire had never felt before. For the first time in its long, unstoppable history, the Empire hesitated. The sky did not clear. It opened. A single ship descended from above the clouds, larger than all the others, silent and smooth, like it was not bound by the same rules. Its surface shone with deep silver light, marked with ancient symbols. Every Empire soldier on the ground stepped back. Then they knelt, not out of fear, out of respect. Alex felt the shift instantly. "Who is that?" he whispered. No one answered. They didn't need to. The ramp of the great ship opened slowly, and a figure stepped out, tall, still, covered in dark armor that seemed alive with faint light. No weapon in hand. No need for one. This was the Emperor, the ruler of the Empire, the one no one questioned, the one no one challenged. And now, he had come in person. Alex swallowed hard but didn't move. The child stepped forward, placing itself between Alex and the Emperor, protecting him. The entire battlefield held its breath. The Emperor stopped a few steps away. His eyes moved from the child to Alex, calm, sharp, studying. "You are the human," the Emperor said. His voice was deep, steady, and clear. No translator needed. Alex nodded slowly. "Yeah, that's me." No fear in his voice this time, just honesty. The Emperor looked at the child again, then back at Alex. "You do not command it," he said. Alex shook his head. "No, you do not control it." "No." A small pause. "Then why does it stay with you?" Alex hesitated. He didn't have a perfect answer, so he told the truth. "I don't know," he said. "I just don't leave it." The Emperor watched him carefully. Every word, every movement. "You protect it," he said. Alex nodded again. "Yeah. Even now, when my entire fleet's around you?" Alex gave a small breath. "Yeah," he said again. "Even now." The child looked up at him, then back at the Emperor. Its glow softened. Not aggressive, not defensive, just present. Something changed in the Emperor's expression. Not much, but enough. He stepped closer. The soldiers around him tensed, but did not move. The child did not react. It didn't push him away. It didn't attack. It simply stayed where it was. Between them, connected to both. The Emperor stopped. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then he said something no one expected. "Long ago, we were not like this." Silence. "Our empire was not built only on power," he continued. "We had something else." Alex listened carefully. "We had connection," the Emperor said. The word felt strange coming from him. "We understood each other. We trusted. We chose, not just with strength, but with meaning." He looked at the child. "The air carries that memory, that instinct." Then his gaze returned to Alex. "And it found it in you." Alex didn't know what to say. He didn't feel special. He didn't feel powerful. But somehow, that didn't matter. The Emperor straightened. The air seemed to shift again, this time not with tension, but with decision. "It is clear now," he said. The commanders around him looked up, waiting. "The bond will not be broken." A ripple moved through the ranks. Shock, confusion. But no one spoke. "The human," the Emperor continued, "will remain as protector of the air." More whispers. Louder now. "This is the will of the air," he added, "and the will of the Empire." No one argued. No one dared. The decision was final. Alex blinked. "Wait, that's it," he asked, surprised. "You're not going to, destroy me?" A few soldiers shifted at his words. The Emperor looked at him. "If I destroy you," he said calmly, "I destroy what the heir is becoming." Alex went quiet. That made sense. In a strange way, the Emperor turned slightly, addressing his forces. "From this moment," he declared, "humans are no longer to be ignored." Every soldier straightened. "Observe them. Learn from them." His voice grew stronger. "They are unpredictable." That word carried weight now. Not weakness. Not insult. Something else. Something important. The balance had changed. Right there, on that battlefield. Alex felt it. He was still the same person. Still just a soldier. Still confused. Still unsure. But now, he stood at the center of something much bigger. The child gently pulled at his hand. He looked down. It was smiling. A real smile this time. Bright, warm, alive. Alex couldn't help but smile back. Around them, the Empire began to move again, but differently. Not as hunters, not as rulers, but as something uncertain, something learning. High above, the great ship slowly rose again. The Emperor watched them one last time before turning away. The decision had been made, and it would change everything. Far beyond that battlefield, far beyond the Empire's reach. Other eyes were watching. Other species, other civilizations. They had seen the reports, the recordings, the impossible truth. A human had changed the Empire. And now, across the galaxy, a single question began to spread. Quiet, dangerous, full of possibility. If even one human can change the Empire, what happens when there are more?